And we talked at breakfast the other day. You asked the question because we talked about the global presence of Agile, and you said, "Hey, you do have everybody in Canada. You're just up in Montreal for was it a charity event or?"
Yeah, ALS softball game.
Okay, and if you did start a traditional business, would you have had the ability to generate income outside of this time zone or outside of the country?
No, if I started my traditional business and the one that I was looking to start, I would be either here in town or in the next town over. I found a business or I found a building to use, and no, we would be here. We would be drawing from our 13,000 person population here in town and a few surrounding towns. So the furthest away that I would be drawing business would probably be 20 or 30 minutes. This is something that from the people I know in California to Texas to Florida. And like I said, in Canada, where I just met up with all the people I used to play with at the Expos, it's something that can really spread so much faster. And
I just got a couple more questions. What's your impressions before we ever sat down at network marketing? When you heard that word?
It was, what's the catch? I mean, I've said that to you before. Like, what's the catch? It seems too simple. I mean, and if it's too good to be true, it normally is, and all that kind of stuff. I didn't know much about it. All I know is that normally you had to get 10 or 15 or 20 people selling stuff for you, and then you had to sell whatever product you were trying to sell. And it was basically a lot of work, a lot of leg work, hours and hours of time spent trying to do things that I'm either not very good at or don't feel very comfortable doing. I'm basically going door to door trying to get people like that to
Is that from perception or is that from experience?
No, that's from perception. I've never done anything like this before.
Okay.
I've heard about people doing that stuff before. I've heard about people selling different products and doing these different things and the pyramid schemes and that whole thing. But no, I didn't know much about it. I just hear, and of course the first thing you say when I tell people I'm doing this is they say, "Oh, you're doing that," or "That doesn't work," or "Those things are scams," and all that kind of stuff. That's all I've ever known about it.
Right. And a lot, I think when we sat down, a lot of it's perception. It's like the example we gave with the two cars. What the difference between a Mercedes-Benz and a Yugo, a huge difference. But that doesn't mean the auto industry doesn't work. And I think a lot of times that's what happens with perceptions. People just hearsay, opinions from other people, perceptions, and we kind of lump that network marketing doesn't work rather than doing the education and say, you know what, that company doesn't work because that's how they do things. That company makes $10 billion a year because they do it like that. So I think that's really important, but it just goes to show you that it doesn't matter how where you are, financially independent through playing baseball, or if you're a mother of three, single mother of three, being a nurse, working, the perceptions are the same no matter, and that's probably the biggest thing that you have to overcome and battle, and this comes through education. But as far as what are your goals with Agile? What income-wise? I know we've never talked about it, but what do you see? Pie in the sky, or do you see? Kind of don't really know.
I don't know. I sit there and talk to you, and you have an idea of where it can go. I never did. I thought, well, maybe if I could just pay my monthly bills in the house, that would be good. I would like to get to the point where I don't have to draw out of my pension fund, where I don't have to draw out of my retirement fund, where I can go ahead and pay the bills in the house and pay my taxes and still take vacation with the kids, and still be able to do all those things without worrying about where am I going to be 10 years from now. Because right now I'm okay, but 10 years from now, 12 years from now, when I'm paying for my kids' college and when I'm doing all those things, I won't still be able to do what I'm doing now. I won't still be able to draw out of what I've done in the past. I need some kind of income, and I would like to make it a comfortable income. I mean, I want to be able to go and do the things that I like to do. Again, the vacations, to be able to go boating, to be able to go camping with my kids. I would like to do that and not have to worry about what am I going to have to do when I come back. Am I going to have to go to a regular job and work 60 hours a week to be able to do all this stuff? Because at this point, being single and trying to take care of them, that's what I need to do.
A lot of individuals that are watching, and they're working towards a lifestyle. And a lifestyle is different for everybody. Your lifestyle might not be right for someone else's lifestyle. And each lifestyle takes a different amount of money to achieve. But, the dream of reaching a lifestyle for an individual is huge. So, just what would be a couple of words of advice on the journey that you could maybe give people? Because they're going to meet adversity, they're going to meet individuals that, it's a pyramid scheme, and without any education, whatever, they're going to try to put you down and bring you down. What's just some advice you could give some people out there maybe to help them out?
I think you can't listen to what people say. I think you can't listen to the rumors. You can't do the stereotypical thing that I did and say, hey, you know, that doesn't work because, or however many times I ask Kris, like, what's the catch, or what else is gonna, what else do I have to do, or what else do I have to pay out? It's not, you know, there's a bottom line here of the minimum you have to do, and that's what I've learned, and it's taken him a while to kind of bash it into my head that you know, you really don't have to go door to door and be a used car salesman and that kind of stuff. You have to get a dream in your head, you have to get a goal in your mind, and you have to set about doing it, and you can't let other people tell you can't do it. I mean, it's the same thing when I play baseball, which I'm going to try to put into this. I don't want people, I don't want to listen to other people try to convince me why I can't do it. I want to look at the facts, I want to look and say, this is what I got to do, and I'm not going to listen to all those people try to bring me down. I'm going to go about doing my job and doing what I want to do, and hopefully live the lifestyle that I currently live now, and continue to do that.
Last question, not even related to Agile or anything, but when you had your dream, became a professional baseball player, and then when you look at becoming a professional baseball player, you know, the pinnacle, winning the World Series, and you're able to do that in 2005 with the White Sox. What was the feeling that you guys wanted? The city hasn't won it in so long, and you know, you take the whole journey that you've gone through to get to that point. What does that feel like? I know it's hard to put in words, but
well, just to go back a little bit with something I didn't mention. I missed over a year of baseball with a shoulder surgery. Before that, my sister passed away before that, so there was a lot of things trying to push me out of the game. The year before, we won the World Series, 2005. In 2004, I did nothing. I was disgusted with baseball. I was disgusted the way things were going. In 2004, I took the whole year off. I had gotten released the year before by the St. Louis Cardinals, and I decided, you know what, I'm done. And I came home and talked about it with my family, and it was one of those things like, you can't go out like this, you got to go. And so I just went and basically tried out for the White Sox. Made the team in spring training. Next thing I know, I'm on the team, and we go to the World Series and we win it. So it was one of those things where you go from for me, it was rock bottom to the pinnacle of baseball, to, you know, nobody in the world was better that year than our team was. And it's a feeling that I never thought would really matter to me. I thought it was one of those things like, if I don't win a World Series or whatever, I'm good with it. I've been to the playoffs 5 times with 3 different teams. But when we finally did win it, it was kind of like that thing where you're partying afterwards, but it really doesn't hit you until you come home and you sit down, and we have a little replica World Series trophy, and you see the pictures and you're saying, that's me, you know. After all those years of watching, you know, I grew up a Phillies fan, and you're watching these teams on TV and they're celebrating, well, that was me on the field celebrating, you know, a world championship. So something that I'll probably never feel again in sports. And I think after your first one, the rest are kind of not as good as the first one anyway, but never forget it.
that's awesome. Well, I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule. I know as the lifestyle you live, you still are busy. You know, you still got kids, you got a lot of things to do. But for everyone out there, you know, Kris is going to be he's going to be an up-and-coming leader in the team. I see him as being just a huge facet to not only, you know, our team, living the dream team, but as far as Agile here in the United States. We have just a huge opportunity here in the Northeast, where we're located. Pennsville is right outside of the Philadelphia market, about 45 minutes. You got Jersey, you got Delaware, New York, Baltimore. So this is just a huge hub. But like we said, we're going to build a global force. Kris is going to be a leader on our team. We look forward to everything he contributes. And you guys have